Good morning, cows. It is about 9 a.m. on Thursday, December 15th, 2022. This is the last row, or last section in this row. I didn't feed them this morning. I don't plan on feeding them. There's plenty of grass here. Plenty of grass. You can kind of see on the left is from Sunday, and on the right is a new pasture. Let me show you what was going on last night. Last night it looked pretty much like this. This is what they did to the area last night. They gave it a nice mow. They didn't get the grass in the water. They don't like to eat grass in the water. I don't blame them. Let me zip it up here. It is cold. It is like 40 degrees. I thought I saw some frost this morning, so it probably got a little bit below freezing, at least right before the sun came up. But it is cold. We expect a warm week. Then Thursday, so a week from today, the forecast says it's going to get down very much below 30, down to the 28s and the 20s. This is the next row. I'm looking forward to this. Look at that. You can't really see it very well that direction, but you could definitely see it that direction. That's what I'm looking forward to. This has been a pretty good spot of ground. I had a ton of liver seed grass here, the panic liver seed. You can see that brown matter. That's the leftovers from that panic liver seed, which is a warm season grass. So it doesn't do well in the cold. The cows are gonna love eating that dead grass because they need the roughage, they need the fiber. Anyway, here's number 21. I can tell because she's fat. Look at her. This is, I believe, 24. I know because her right ear is torn. Or this is metal tag, isn't it? Let me see. No, I think it's 24. She has a hollow here. She's doing okay. The point of these cows is not to put lots of fat on. These aren't eating cows. Oh, there is a breeze coming from the east. I don't think it's enough to really mess up the microphone, but we'll see. This is metal tag, so called because she has a metal tag on her ear. Dusty's looking pretty good. She has a hollow, but she's doing pretty good. The cows, technically the only thing that matters is that they survive the winter. And when they have the calf inside of them, and when they're milking them, which unfortunately they're milking them right now because we had late calves, that they have plenty of extra nutrients to take care of that calf and everything. There's some of our newest calves there. They grow up so quick. They really do grow quick. You know, it's just a matter of months and then they start looking like a cow. They lose all the cute calf features. But I'm walking here in grass that is at least 4 inches tall, maybe up to 6 inches in places. Could be even taller in some places. But this is the grass. Oh, look at that calf is nibbling at the thorns. I wonder if those leaves taste good. I don't know. The sheep have been here all last night. They don't like to stay with the cows. They like to stay near the cows, but they don't like to stay with the cows. They've been nibbling at the grass here. I think they've been nibbling at the weeds. They prefer the weeds, I think. They can eat the grass, obviously. And that's what, when I say I'm going to put sheep with cows, people are like, oh, they're going to compete. Yeah. So, the cows compete with themselves, right? Right, sheepies? Just got to make sure we get the right number of animals for the amount of grass we're going to grow. That's the key. I watched a video this morning from a guy with a, I want to say like Wisconsin accent. I don't know where he's from. I didn't really look into it. But he was talking about mining the soil. And he's growing corn. And he said in his experience, he had a bad year where he just couldn't plow the field and plant. He'd plow the field, but it'd get wet. It would rain. And he told his dad, he said, I'm just wasting fuel right now. And then he decided to plant anyway on fields that weren't ready. They weren't warm, they weren't dry, they were just cold and wet. He said that year he had tremendous harvest, even though in September things didn't go well either. And so he kind of stumbled into the no-till method. He did experiments with it before, but he kind of stumbled into the success with no-till. And then he put out a video today where he kind of went over his soil results. And he's asking, how is it possible that when you're mining the field, so you're harvesting corn and taking it from the field, and that corn carries nutrients with it, and so you're taking nutrients out of the soil, how is it possible for there to be more minerals in the soil than when you started? Because he saw an increase in phosphorus. And the other thing that he said, there's like some research that says that the potassium, certain soils, it doesn't matter if the potassium is high or low, the crops will do whatever they do. Other soils, the crops respond very well to the potassium. And so he said that it seems like his soil doesn't respond to potassium because he is in a low potassium right now, but getting great yields. And he had higher potassium and had similar yields. So it seems like it doesn't matter what the potassium is. There's some natural process that's happening to kind of make up the difference. And that natural process is the life in the soil. So I'm kind of at an advantage here because I'm never tempted to plow my field, right? I am growing crop, I am growing grass, and the cows are eating that grass directly. But I'm never really tempted to say, let's kill everything in the pasture and plant something else. If the weeds got really bad, I might do that. But so I guess I'm kind of at an advantage for the no-till, natural biology, building soil system, you know. And the other thing that he talked about, and this is kind of important, I think, is city dwellers don't really know what's going on in the farming community. They have no conception at all of what it takes to grow food. And all they see is the negative fallout. So they see muddy rivers, for instance. And they go on vacation, they go up that river, and they see that mud is starting in the pastures, in the fields that have been plowed, right? And he says that's a problem because if city people say they want clear water, the only way they're going to get that is to tell the farmers to stop farming, right? And that's not the only example of things where farmers and city people have conflict, you know. City people want to go out to the countryside and see wild animals. You know, they want to see trees. They don't want to see cow after cow after cow. They don't want to see, you know, green pasture after green pasture after green pasture. And so how do you do your system in a way that the city folks won't find it repugnant? And it's unfortunate that, you know, people don't respect each other's property rights in today's day and age. They think they have some kind of control over their neighbor. They can tell them what to do and they have to do it, which, you know, to me is grossly offensive. Like I was thinking, you know, if it turns out that my system of raising cattle is the best, right? And I get the best and the fattest and the tastiest cows for the cheapest cost and minimum labor. If it turns out that I have somehow discovered the magic formula, am I going to try to force that on other people? Absolutely not. Am I going to encourage other people to do it? Well, verbally, yeah, but I'm not going to give you subsidies or tax you if you don't do it. That's repugnant to me. Like, even if I were to stumble on the absolute best method, how would I know that I had it? Unless people out there are trying variations or differences. Maybe there's another better method. In mathematics, we have this concept of a gradient, where if you, like, take an elevation map, for instance, and you can take any point on that elevation map and you can say, which way would a ball roll if I put it on the ground? And that kind of gives you a sense of how the elevation map works. If I just told you how the ball would roll everywhere on the ground, how fast. You can kind of reconstruct the elevation map. And if I wanted to get to the highest peak on the elevation map, what I can do is take a ball and put it on the ground, see where it rolls, and just keep going uphill. The problem is, though, is you'll find local maxima. I'll find little hilltops. I'll be surrounded by downhill. And I might say, oh, I'm at the very tippy top of the world, but I'm not. There's other mountaintops out there that I haven't discovered. And so by the same token, if I were to discover a superior method of raising cattle that's better than all the other methods I've tried, there's no way I can say that's the best. And so dictating to other people how they should farm or what they should do, to me, is grossly repugnant. And I think that's the most disgusting idea that people have. And I think that's the one we need to stamp out, is the idea you have to tell people what to do and how to live their lives. When it comes to things that doesn't affect other people, you know. So, you know, that's the most important thing. Anyway, so these are the cows. This is the pasture. I'm pretty happy with what they have today. They seem to be munching for the past 10-15 minutes. Perfectly content. There's plenty of grass to go. So this afternoon I'm going to move them to a new row. Hopefully there'll be plenty of good grass there. I might feed them anyway. I'll see. All right, guys, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.